lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something that I've been meaning to do for an incredibly long time, and something I've actually tried to record at least twice in the past, only to mess it up. But we're back today, and we are hopefully going to be doing a reacting to old photos video. Do people still even do these anymore? I don't know. I know that used to be a thing. Is it still? Doesn't matter, we're doing it anyway. And I don't really know how these videos go. I guess I'm just gonna show you pictures and talk about them a bit. If you've ever wanted to see baby bat Kaya, here we go. So I guess on that note, we'll start with like some proper baby bat pictures here. In fact, you know what? Let's rip off the band-aid and start with like the worst one, shall we? Like the worst one. So this is like, there's no good quality version of this. This is like super grainy, I'm sure. But I always hated this picture, but I don't even know where I was. I don't know who that guy is. But I think I hated this picture because I still try and grow out a fringe that I never even wanted. Like I had like a bad haircut when I was young that I didn't even want. I hated it so much. But I am wearing my leather trench coat, which I used to wear all the bloody time when I was younger. I wore it so much. I wore it like everywhere, like even exploring forests and stuff, that like thorns and stuff eventually like ripped the crap out of the bottom, and it just ended up so old and like tattered and torn to pieces. But I loved that thing. I wore it every day to school. I don't know what age I was here. I guess like 12-ish, I think a lot of these baby bat pictures are. I had older ones, but I did lose a lot of them. It was like a whole big thing whenever I was younger with like an ex-boyfriend, got into all my online accounts, deleted everything, so I lost like all my old pictures and videos, which really sucked. But there were still ones that were like floating around the internet, or ones that my family had and stuff, so that's what we're working with. But I did have ones from when I was like 11 or 10, but those are all gone. Alright, next baby bat picture. And this is before I even dyed my hair black, so I must have been young. I assume I must have been 9 or 10. I dyed my hair black for the first time when I was 10, I think, so this would have had to have been like 9 years old, 10 before that happened. And that, if you're wondering, yes, is Glorificus from Buffy. It was before I'd really actually seen a lot of Buffy, but I went to a Buffy convention with my friend who was like obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I ended up meeting a bunch of people from Buffy and Angel, so that's why this picture exists. And that was like my first little like gothy dress. I don't even know, it was like my mom's. I don't know if she made it or like where she got it, but it was like, you can kind of see the top, it has like sort of like ripped ties on the shoulders, and the bottom was all like tattered with like black and red. I loved that thing. I wonder where it ever went. Okay, this next one, before I put it on screen, I'm not sure, I have an idea of what was maybe going on. Here it is. So this is from our trip to Berlin, which I think I've spoken about on this channel before. I'll talk about that in a second, but I can only assume that my face is like that because if you look behind me, I think this must have been when we went to the zoo, because those are penguins. So I'm thinking maybe I stood in front of that for my mum so she could get a picture, and then maybe this metal pole behind me, like the cold metal, touched my back or something, because otherwise I'm not sure what's traumatizing me in this picture, but it always makes me laugh. But yeah, I remember being like super salty this entire trip because it was for my nanny's birthday. I was told we were going to Dublin, and then my mum asked, like, you know, don't bring too much of your really extreme gothy stuff, and don't bring your big platform boots, you know, because it's your nanny's birthday, and you know, she'd prefer if you didn't. And I was like, fine, we're only going to Dublin. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I don't look cool in Dublin. And then off we went in the car, ended up the airport, got told we were going to Berlin. Everyone else was like surprised and excited and cheering, and I was there like, excuse me. I was so mad. So the whole trip I was so salty, and especially when I saw like other gothy people, little baby bat me was like, I swear I'm usually more cool than this. I have one last little baby bat picture. I think I was like 12 or something here. There's still a hint of real eyebrow if you look closely there, so I must have been pretty young. But yeah, that was another little baby bat me. I also have like 2 pictures from like when I was in school. This first one, I'm licking my friend's face, I guess. I don't know why, but that seems to be what's happening here. And then this is another one where we're at lunch and I look very moody for some reason. Okay, on to old like photo shoots and stuff. First one here, this was like my attempt at looking normal. I can't remember what the photo shoot was for, but I had to look like not so gothy, and this was my attempt at that. This was my like, look at me, I can be normal kind of thing. I'm not sure what age I was here, quite young, but I've always been lanky. But yeah, so that was me trying to look somewhat normal. This is just like a random one for like, cause I used to do like little photo shoots and stuff all the time whenever I was younger. I don't know what age I would have been here, like, I'm not sure. But yeah, I always liked this picture. I don't know why. That just like back that like the makeup and stuff is bad. Like it's so patchy and the eyebrows are very patchy because I didn't have good makeup to do it with, so it was all just like crumbly and cracky. But back in the days whenever these were first taken, this was like one of my favorites. I don't know why, I just like remember thinking that I looked like really cool. This one is a picture from the first ever like studio photo shoot I did. So I'd done like a bunch of photo shoots around like Belfast and stuff, but this was the first time I did one like, you know, in a studio with like the whole white backdrop thing. And I remember like back then thinking that was like really cool. I don't know why. I was just like, oh my god, like it's a proper studio. And we did like loads of pictures that day. I had like so many different outfits with me and we took like a whole ton. I don't know how many I still have. I just know there were like billions of them. This was one of them. Those are like my old Cyberlocks and everything. And I think that was my profile picture everywhere for like ages. This one, again, isn't as old as some of the other ones, but it is from like before I started YouTube. Around this point, I had briefly tried to grow out my undercut. So if you don't know, I have like an undercut, although it needs redone right now, it's very fuzzy. But for a while I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna grow this out and just like have all my hair. And I got it grow to about here. And then I had it like braided back and I had like actually a weave put in, and that's what the blonde is. So for a while I had like a bit of blonde weave in my hair, and that was like this. And I did like that for a while, but then the same problem you always have with blonde and black is every time I washed my hair, the like blue tones from the black would wash into it and turned it grey, and it was just frustrating. So I did like that hair, but it was just too hard to like put up with. And then like a while later I realized I liked having my head shaved anyway, so I shaved it all off again, and that was like almost a year of growth gone. So this picture's going back, and this is like quite a different style to some of the other ones. I actually did this before I knew about like Kogal and stuff, which is a fashion style I like, but this like looking back is kind of Kogalish. But I don't know what put it in my head, but I always really liked this picture. I don't know why, I just like thought I looked cute here. So this is like a pretty old one, but I always liked that outfit. I don't know, like I don't know where that skirt went, but I always loved it. This next one's in here because first of all, I always liked this picture. I just liked my hair and everything in this picture. But then also, this was in our first ever house, me and Jake's first house together. And it was in the attic there. So before we were in this place, we were in like a different house that didn't have an attic. But before that, we were at like our first house had a little attic, and that was my attic too. And that's where I used to sit and like, you know, take all my pictures and stuff. And I missed that attic because it was already done up like properly like a room when we got there and stuff. Well, it had like, you know, carpet and painted walls and everything, so it was nicely done. But it was like very low. But it was like just such a cozy little cave, and I always used to like love being up there. So that's a bit of a throwback to those days. But yeah, I just always liked this whole look and this whole picture. I don't know why, I just did. This one was like one of my favorite outfits ever. I miss it so much. That jumper got ruined in the wash, and it was from Primark and they don't do it anymore, and it makes me so sad because I loved that little ghosty jumper. It was so cute, and I just loved this whole outfit. This is one of my favorite outfits ever, with my little Halloween bows and my Halloween socks and my little ghosty jumper. I just loved this whole look. I'm so sad I don't still have it, because I would wear this. Like, even if it's not near Halloween, I would straight up wear this. Again, this was in my old attic, in my old little attic cave with my little Halloween decorations that were up all the time. And yeah, this was just like one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I need to find like another cute jumper like that. This one's going way back, way back. I think this was the first time I ever made a top out of ripped tights or something. It was definitely the first time I'd done something. I think that's what it was. So I made that top out of ripped tights for the first time, and I was like, and I thought it was very cool. I'd already done like actual ripped tights before, but I'd never done the top. And with that one, instead of like ripping them, I cut out like specific shapes to try to look all like, because I was going for like clearly a very cyber gothy thing. And I have my little Pac-Man goggles, I've got my Cyberlocks, I've got all the neon stuff. And I think those are my old transmuters, which I still have, but I don't have those panels anymore. If you look really closely at my feet, I had like nuclear, like a nuclear symbol, like neon yellow panels for my transmuters that I thought were like so cool whenever I was super into cybergoth, thinking this outfit was like really awesome. Next up, I have a couple of like old pictures from like hanging out with friends and stuff that were like super old. I don't even know. This one, we were definitely too young for that bottle of vodka that someone next to us has, but yeah, this is like, I think this was like hanging outside the venue, which if anyone remembers in Belfast was like a club. It got demolished recently, which is really sad, but this was hanging outside like the under 18s version that I used to go to. I don't think I ever went to the adults venue. I think I only ever went to the under 18s version. You know, if we got bored in there, we would just go and like hang outside, like outrun the back of it, and I think that was here. So this is like me and my friend. My dreads have like slipped off and you can see my bun. I don't even know what I'm looking at, but yeah, this is like an old picture from that. And then this is another old picture with the same friend. I miss those dreads. I made them like whenever I was really young, and they were like black and blonde and baby pink, and they were like my favorite ones for so long, but I think they just got ruined. But that was in like some random elevator. I think again this was like while the venue was going on and we were going up to like the roof of a car park to take pictures or something. I miss those days. This one, if anyone else is from Belfast, again, if you remember the waterfront days, the golden age of waterfront, this is from there. For some reason I am on my friend's shoulders clinging to a lamppost for dear life. But yeah, this is back when all the little alternative kids used to hang out at waterfront. I don't know where everyone hangs out now. I think the last time I saw it was like near the universities or something, like out the back of St. Anne's. But and then just a couple more random ones. This one's in here just because I love these. Again, I made these dreads and they were like one of my favorite sets just because I love the colors and everything of them, and I really miss it. I just can't be bothered to make dreads anymore, but I used to like doing it. I remember loving this set and being so proud of them. So I really miss those. This is like a random photo shoot we did in this huge abandoned building, and I had so much fun with it. I actually took that birdcage home. I don't know where it ended up. I don't know if I lost it when we moved or something, but I loved that birdcage and I'm so sad I don't have it anymore. But I used to love exploring abandoned buildings and stuff and just doing these like weird photo shoots. I don't know what's going on here, but it's fun. This one I think is when we went to London for the first time. So this is my first ever trip to London. I think this was like 2011. I was definitely going for like a bit of a pink thing back then, but I didn't really have many pink clothes, so it was mostly just like my makeup and hair and stuff. But yeah, I think we went over to see me Evie, and also it was then my first time in Camden and everything. So this was just in the hotel room before we went out that day. And yeah, that was just like a really fun trip. So this just like reminded me of that. And finally, this one's in here because I found it while I was looking through, and that is me with my granny's old dog. His name was Scruff. He's dead now, which makes me sad, but that's why this is in here, because I was like, oh, I miss Scruff. He was a good boy. He wasn't a good boy. He was a little shit, but you know, he was a good boy, and I loved him. And he was so cute and rude. So I thought that was cute. So yeah, that was a little trip down memory lane, a little look at some of my styles over the years. I'm sure some of you, if you've been around following me for a long time, like since before YouTube and stuff, you'll recognize a lot of those, but you know, if not, then maybe these are some things you've never seen before. There's at least a couple in here that I imagine no one has seen before, like the ones with me and my friends, because I only found those quite recently and I don't even remember those existing, so that was cool. Yeah, I hope you liked this. Let me know if you did enjoy this. Let me know if you want to see more reacting to old photos type videos, because there's a bunch more pictures. I have a lot of pictures from over the years, so we can do that. If that's something you enjoy, we can do that. Also, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up so that I know. I'd really appreciate that. Did you have a favorite look from this video? Let me know. If you're new here, consider subscribing. You can check out some more videos first if you want. I have a whole bunch of them. Like pictures, I have many videos, so you can check some of those out, see what you think, and see if you want to join the family. We would love to have you. And speaking of joining the family, if you want to go the extra mile and like really join the family, you can check out my Patreon. Patreon is a super awesome website where you can support your favorite content creators for the content that they make for you. Obviously, everything I do here on YouTube for you guys is free of charge, but if you want to support me for the videos I make, then it is an optional thing on Patreon, and there's fun little things like Discord where you can join and talk to the other lovelies and me whenever I'm around, and it's such a nice little community, so it's worth checking out. The link, as always, is in the description. Go have a wee look and see what it's about. Oh my gosh, I'm very thirsty. I don't like, whenever I'm thirsty I can't speak, so I'm sure I'm just messing everything up right now. So I'm gonna go get a drink, gonna come back up, gonna record some more stuff, but for now, I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, lovelies!